Um, Morning. So we'll start sitting. So if you want to make your way to cross-legged or kneeling or on a chair, just a comfortable seated position, and maybe just take a moment to perhaps lower your gaze or close your eyes. And just listening into the sounds around you, being aware of your environment. Being aware of the season, the height of spring. Maybe noticing the breath in the nostrils and the sense of smell. I think spring has its own unique scent. So tuning into the spring through the breath, through the sounds, through your awareness. And if you take your first two fingers, so kind of bring your hands into the peace sign, and if you bring the fingertips to the ground or to the chair beside you, as if you were plugging your fingertips into the earth. And as you connect into the earth, being aware of the force that it takes for the plants to push through the earth to grow. And sometimes in the spring that force needs to be quite strong, especially if the earth is frozen, which we sometimes have in the spring. And yet the plants still manage to push through. So being aware of that force of spring, that energy of spring. And if you feel into your root system, so the pelvic floor, and just in your own time, breathing in, and as you exhale, if you squeeze into the pelvic floor, seeing if you can lift the pelvic floor, squeezing, and then as you breathe in, relaxing, releasing. And as you repeat this, feeling not just into the muscular aspect of this practice, but into the energetic aspect of the pelvic floor work, that our root chakra, Muladhara chakra, is located in the pelvic floor. So our root system, our root chakra. And it's thought that things around sort of really fundamental things like home and health and money, those kind of really essential sort of things, can affect our pelvic floor, can uproot us, can make us feel destabilized or not very grounded. So see if you can let the pelvic floor exercise in a way help to nourish and strengthen your root system on an energetic level as well as a physical level. Nourishing through squeezing and releasing, nourishing with the breath, and nourishing just with your awareness. And maybe just do 3 more. And then if you breathe in and relax and bring your hands together in front of you and maybe rub your hands quite vigorously, seeing if you can find some warmth. And then let the palms rub together really lightly, so you can really feel the sense of touch, the sensitivity of your hands. And maybe let the hands come together in a prayer pose, but very gently. And if you gaze down into your hands and breathe in, and as you breathe out, as if you were opening a book, let the palms open. And then keep the hands opening, so you bring the backs of the hands together. Lift your elbows and thread the hands under, so that they're outstretched in front of you with the backs of the hands together. And if you take another deep breath in, and then as you exhale again, bring the hands back, but instead of bringing them into the prayer position, bring them into a lotus flower gesture. So the heels of the hands touch, the little fingertips and the thumb tips touch, and the fingers form petals. And then if you bring the palms gently together again, and this time breathing in, and as you breathe out, blow the breath out through your lips as you open the hands like a book, thread them under, let the arms be outstretched with the backs of the hands together, and remembering how this symbolises how life can turn us inside out and upside down sometimes. So take a deep breath in to nourish, and then blowing, and as you blow, bring the hands back to the lotus flower gesture. And pausing in the lotus flower, remembering how through our struggles, from the mud, the lotus flower grows. So if you let your palms gently come back together, and then take a deep breath in, blowing through the lips as everything turns you inside out and upside down. Let the arms be outstretched in front of you as you breathe in to nourish. And then blowing again as you bring your hands back to the lotus flower. And just take a pause at this lotus flower. See if you can imagine how, just as a lotus flower floats on the surface of the water and has a big tap root that reaches down all the way into the mud. See if you can imagine your body like the taproot, connected to the earth through your pelvis. And the lotus flower floating on the surface of the water. And then if you gently release your left arm down, and with your right hand tapping from the shoulder down the inside edge of your arm all the way to your hand, and then up the back of the arm to the shoulder, maybe round the back of the shoulder, and do that again. And the next time your right hand comes to your left shoulder, if you let the right hand rest on the top of the shoulder so that your fingers are kind of pressing into the soft tissue, and let the arm and the hand be heavy so they kind of push the shoulder down with the weight of your arm and hand. And as you breathe in, give your left shoulder a big squeeze, give the soft tissue a big squeeze, and then exhale, relax, push the shoulder down, and do that a couple more times. So inhaling, squeezing, exhaling, pushing the shoulder down. So being aware of the responsibilities we carry on our shoulders. And then if you release and do the other side. And again, the next time you come to your shoulder, if you let your left hand really be heavy, let your left arm be heavy, inhale, squeeze the shoulder, exhale, release, pushing the shoulder down. And then if you let your left hand, still pressing firmly, let it slide down to your heart, and press the left hand firmly into the centre of your chest. And if you bring the right hand over the top, and then just pressing and circling the hands, small circles, just to massage your heart space. And then maybe let the hands come centre, pressing, connecting into yourself, your heart. And then if you release your hands and make your way up to standing. And once you're there, if you have the feet comfortably apart and soften the knees just a little bit, see if you can sort of find your centre on your feet. So make sure your heels are heavy and your sacrum, your tailbone heavy. And with one of your hands pointing up, sort of the sort of hand sideways in a way, and the other hand pointing down, so the palms both facing into your centre line. See if you can let your fingers sense into your centre line. Let the pelvis be heavy, your root system from your pelvis down through your legs to your feet. And if you take a breath in, and as you exhale, let the hands and the pelvis sink down just an inch or so, gathering your energy in your lower belly. And then staying centered, let the hands release down and take the feet a little bit wider, maybe with the toes pointing out, pressing into the outside edges of your feet so your arches lift. And if you nestle the edges, the little finger edges of your hands into your lower belly with your palms facing up, again, let the tailbone be heavy, so your lower belly, your root system is kind of gathered, rooted. And when you're ready, as you breathe in, let the hands float up, connecting into the rising energy of spring, the sap rising. Let the hands come to the heart, and then exhale, push the palms out and bend the knees. And then if you bring the feet parallel and tip forwards, coming into a forward bend, and take a few breaths. Maybe spread the toes. Bend and stretch the knees a little bit. And bringing your left hand onto the ground in the centre, take a breath in, and as you exhale, take the right arm out and up, twisting and looking up. And then inhale, come back down, place the right palm centre. Exhale, left arm. And then inhale, coming back down and taking the arms wide so that you can kind of do a gesture of gathering the energy from the earth. Let the palms face up as you come up. Feel the energy rising. Float the arms all the way up with your legs straight. Let the arms reach up. And if you press the feet down and press the palms up and stretch the whole body, take a deep breath in and then exhale, coming back down, taking the arms out behind you. So you come into bird drinking from a stream. So let your arms be like wings, reaching up behind you as you crane your beak down. And then bring your wings down. Again, take the arms wide so you can do a gesture of gathering energy from the earth. Maybe point the toes back out, bend the knees, and coming up, let the arms or the palms float up, lifting the arms by the ears with your legs bent, your pelvis gathered, so the energy in your lower belly gathering in. And then from here, let the arms float out to the sides and gathering as if you were holding a big ball of energy, like a beach ball in front of you. And if you pick your right heel up off the ground, come onto your right tiptoes, let the right knee fall in so you can turn to face the left and scoop your pelvis with both of your legs bent. Take a breath in, let the right hand come to your shoulder and push the hand forwards as you pull your navel in. And then inhale back to the centre, the beach ball. Pick the left heel up, come onto the tiptoe, let the knee fall in, turn to the right. So your right arm can just hang down, left hand by your shoulder, breathe in. As you exhale, push the hand forwards, pull the navel in. So you kind of scoop your belly. And then inhale, centre. Exhaling again, turn to the left. Push the hand forward, scoop the belly. Inhale, centre. Exhale to the other side. So let's do once more, each side. And then if you come back to the middle, and then we're going to do the first side again. So turning to the left, exhale, push the right hand forward, scoop the belly, and then place the right heel down behind you and tipping forwards, lean into the right leg, let the arms sweep to the right, picking the left foot or the toe up so you come onto the left heel. So breathe in here, exhale, pushing. So come back to the pushing position. Inhale, retreats. Exhaling, advancing. So inhale, retreat back. Exhale, advance. Let's do one more. And then from the advance, come centre, beach ball. And then turning to the second side, push the left hand forward, scoop the belly. And then left heel down, retreat back. Arms sweep to the left. Exhale, advance, scoop the belly. Let's do one more, retreating back. Exhaling, advance. And then come centre. Straightening the legs, point the feet, the toes forward, so coming into birds drinking from a stream. Let your wings sweep up behind you as you crane your beak down. And then letting the wings come down wide, gathering energy from the earth. Let the palms float up, coming all the way up with straight legs, lifting the arms up, lengthening the whole body. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, palms float down like a cafetiere. Maybe turn the toes out a little bit, nestle the edges of the hands into your lower belly. Softening the knees. And then if you take a breath in, and as you breathe out, release, and stepping to the back of your space. We have a full moon coming just after the weekend, I think, so just being aware of the moon waxing. Let's take a breath in, lifting the arms. As you breathe out, bring the palms together down the center line, rolling down, coming into down dog. Taking some breaths here. Feeling the two hands, the 2 feet. And Ingrid, if you're using the video, you could have your knees on the ground and maybe just the left leg stretched out behind you, pressing into the 2 hands, and the left foot pushing down just to find some strength through your arms and your left leg. Making the right knee a bit lighter on the ground, not so heavy. And once you've done a few breaths there, you could swap to the other side. And then from here, perhaps letting both knees float onto the ground and coming into child. And so, Sorrel, you could make your way up to standing and just come back to a seated position. But if you're comfortable in child, just taking a few moments for yourself, just to breathe.